Miss Ta'Niya Latson. Ta'Niya, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Before I ask you any questions, let me just say, I just told you I'm born and raised in South Carolina, so I just want to say thank you for how well you represented our ladies. Anytime I get a chance to interview anybody from South Carolina, I'm always happy to see that. So you ladies always represent us so well. Even though we fell a little short this year, thank you for just being a part of our Carolina family. So once a Gamecock, always a Gamecock too. So I know it's been a quick transition for your final game, the national championship game, to being drafted. So can you talk about as a rookie, how has that transition been for you?
Yeah, it ain't been easy, but I feel like this is what I dreamed of doing. I knew it was coming. I prepared myself the whole year that it was gonna be a quick turnaround, and we knew we were gonna play on the last day. And so it's just a mental battle, but at the same time, I feel like my coaches and my teammates have been making my transition here a lot easier. They're allowing me to be a rookie and make mistakes, especially in practice. So I think it hasn't been easy, but I feel like it's something that I wanted. So.
Absolutely. I know you didn't get most team players get a chance to have an off season where they can work on some things, but you didn't really get a chance to. What were some things that you tried to work on even now? I know saw you getting up some more shots, but was there anything in between time that you tried to work on in your game?
Yeah, that's really it. Like working on getting a consistent through ball, being not just like a driver, but being able to shoot the ball. Because I know Coach Lynn wants layups and threes, not really no mid ranges and nothing like that. So working on my outside game. And then also, I'm learning how to be a point guard again, all over again. So learning how to use my voice and be demanding, while also putting my teammates in the right spots and knowing what the coaches want.
You had a chance to play for the great Coach Staley. I've interviewed a lot of players from Asia Wilson to Alicia Gray to Hina Powell. Last year I talked to Shania Fagan, and the one thing they always say about Coach Staley, she prepared you to be pro ready. Why do you think that was so important? Like, how did you feel? Like, how did she help mold you into becoming a pro as well?
Yeah, I mean, she always preached about bringing our practice habits to the game. And you gotta have good practice habits, no matter what. I used to go in there. I used to be like, I'm not a practice player. I'm a game player. I'm a gamer. But I had to learn that practice is just as important as being ready for the game. So I feel like just everything, like the resources that we had at South Carolina are like second to none. So I feel like she prepared us, and mentally it was always next man up. Whether we had injuries, we faced a lot of adversity. It was always like next man up. If it don't, she always used to say something like, if you don't mind, it don't matter, or something like that. So just being mentally tough and being prepared.
How have your vets here? You got a great deal of vets on the team, from NECA, Gil McKay, KP, De'Erica Hamby, just to name a few. Like, how have the vets help your transition as well?
Yeah, I mean, they're consistently in my ear. They're talking to me, giving me good criticism, and allowing me to be a rookie, like I said, but also encouraging me to be myself. They know that I can go get a bucket at any time, and I can use my quickness, and that's something that I can bring to the table every day. So they're just allowing me to see different reads and different things on the floor, and then seeing what they see and how they play. So yeah.
You had a chance to get in against the Aces in the home opener. Can you talk about and you also scored? Congratulations on that as well. How was that? Can you talk a bit about the pace of the game? How did the pace of the game feel compared to practice in the game of college basketball? How did the pace feel for you?
Yeah, it's definitely way more free. I feel like you're kind of out there on the island sometimes. You got to guard your yard. Kennedy Carter, kudos to her. She got me a couple times. But yeah, it's all about being ready, and I feel like that's what Coach was talking about in the locker room after we lost. Just being ready whenever your name is called. So that's something that I definitely got to be, willing to do. I mean, I'm not used to sitting as long as I did, but I feel like, it's going to make me such a better player, just seeing the game firsthand off the bench and then coming in and being mentally prepared and being ready. So, yeah.
I saw after the game you had a moment where you had a warm embrace with Asia Wilson. We know what she means to the state of South Carolina, but in overall the game of basketball, like how did that moment feel for you to just be embraced by Asia?
Yeah, I mean, she's like a big sister. I mean, she came a couple times to the game, so just seeing her face, it was just like a warm presence. Like, she's such a good person.
Absolutely.
Not even just a good player, like a good person. And she always gives good advice. So just seeing her, it made my day.
Your best friend is getting ready to come to town, Raven Johnson. Have you spoken to her? Like, what do you anticipate that game being like? Shooting up against your best friend for the first time in the official regular season game.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to Raven every day. I mean, we talked last night. She was supposed to come see me, but something had happened. But Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to be a competitive game. The Fever are a really good team.
Absolutely.
And also Michaela Timpson, that was my teammate at Florida State for 3 years, so that's one of my peoples. Like, that's my girl too. So just seeing them, it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be really fun just to see everybody, look at each other and be like, dang, we all made it, but we finna compete and make each other better.
Absolutely. It's gonna be a fun year in the league for you. I'm excited to see everything that you do. You're gonna play against the best of the best in the league. Is there anybody that you look forward to, that you grew up watching, that you get a chance to finally compete against?
I grew up watching the Sparks, honestly. So I grew up watching NECA. So she's my teammate, but who else am I looking forward to playing that I used to go up and watch? That's a hard question.
Yeah. Was that like a surreal moment for you finally, growing up watching NECA? Yeah, you good.
But the Aces was really like, something that I was looking forward to. Just, watching Asia like in college and then watching her throughout the league too until I got here. That was one of my games that I had circled on my calendar just to play against the Aces.
Absolutely. I have two more questions. We know that ultimately the goal is to win the championship, but what are some things that you set for yourself, like personal goals that you set for yourself?
Obviously just to go out there and make an impact on both ends of the floor. Be impactful. I mean, be hard to guard. I feel like I can put pressure on the rim and kick out to my teammates and stuff like that. So obviously just doing what I can and the rest will follow.
And so my last and final question, with everything we do, we're blessed to be able to watch you play the game. I'm blessed to be able to cover the game. So for people who are out here, pursuing their dreams, what advice would you give them to, go after their dreams?
Never compare yourself to anybody else's journey. Just, stay true to yourself. Trust the process, and everything's going to come into play. What's for you will be for you. God makes no mistakes, so just believe in yourself. Whether you high or you low, just stay consistent. Find that flow state that you can be at.
Absolutely. Ta'Niya, thank you again for your time. Good luck. I was excited to see you play, and thank you for representing our Gamecocks as well.
Yeah, of course.
All right, thank you.